Try this for just a second.
So thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I can see all your little faces in the room. I just wanted to talk briefly. I promise briefly about the new collection before we move the camera down and let you guys see it. See the unveiling, which the collection technically went live yesterday. So it has been up for about 24 hours. And a lot of you wonderful, supportive playmates have already gone and bought it, which we definitely appreciate here. So we have a new little 12-year-old named Emma in our club this evening. Hi, Emma. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. Um, you guys, I am absolutely giddy to talk about Girl Friday. And I was really thinking about like why like I feel the way I do about this particular collection. And I know that there's a lot of companies that roll out collections, in the scrapbook world, in the crafting world, and I get that. And there's often, a lot of like a whole team that goes into that design, and there's a lot of they're working with trends and they're doing different things to bring those out, and even with the Reset Girl, the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, I've kind of stepped back from like art directing. I used to be very hands on. All of our collections would start with an inspiration board and a color palette that I would choose. I had a whole story behind each one. And then I would, be very intentional in how everything was done. And I would work very closely with Kelly Bangs to bring that collection to life. So I have stepped away from that role for quite a while because I have really been trying to focus on, um, using my creative talent, vision, whatever you want to call that, to do other things for the Reset community that are very, very important and meaningful to me. If I, could have designed this collection like right out of the gate, this would have been my collection. This would have been like the star of my brand. I love it so much that I'm like, how do I like take a lot of the designs and put them on my website, like make it part of the Reset Girl branding? It is just, oh, it's so delicious. The colors are so yummy. And the theme of it, I spend a lot of money purchasing things from eBay and Etsy looking for old forms, old ephemera. I'm looking for things that look like they came from an office. That is my personal decorating style. I absolutely love using stuff like this. And some of the old scrapbook companies that have been around a while, some of the I'm sorry, not old companies, but old collections that I've like been hoarding kind of have these elements, but I feel like a lot of companies have moved forward, they've moved on, and I just, as you guys may be aware, once I like something, I like it. I don't want to use other things. I'm not a seasonal design decorator, and I'm not always looking for all the brand new. I like what I like. I like the same yummy colors, which is why a lot of the Reset Girl collections have a similarity. You can use a Reset Girl collection from year one and use it in year three. They will blend. They will work together because I just like what I like. There, I don't really move away from stuff like that. So yes, that kind of makes it difficult to always be evolving, but I don't necessarily feel like the Reset Girl wants to evolve. I kind of like where I am, and I love some of the stuff that we do. I had a lot of requests for this collection. um, I'm not really a cutesy kind of girl. I kind of like things to look like real ephemera. So I asked for a lot of like real looking elements, like like using backgrounds that look like real ledger paper and real ephemera and staples and all those little elements that are just so cute and officey, because I love using office supplies in my work. Like I have my little Dymo label maker that I love using in my layouts and spreads, and I use this like old wood grain Dymo label. I just love stuff like that, and all of the little. I shop a lot for like vintage secretary handbooks and textbooks. My mom went to secretary school when she graduated high school, so she has all of her little textbooks still. And I used to love looking through those as a kid. And she when she was a secretary, in the time that she worked when I was a kid, she was kind of a stay-at-home mom as well, but she went and worked in downtown San Diego, and she was a secretary. And she used to bring me back like her office forms and like this, like just stuff from the office to play with. And I loved nothing better than to play office when I was a kid. Now, I grew up and became a secretary, which I hated every minute of it. So I think that was kind of I I kind of wished that hadn't been my that hadn't really been my path in life, which is why my whole reset story was about getting away from it. But also at the same time, I just love the idea of like the vintage secretary, you know, and like Mad Men. Funny thing, I never really watched that show at all. I kind of glanced at it here and there, but I really appreciated the costuming and just that whole like style, which we tried to work the way it was back then. I think if a lot of us today tried to go back in time and work in that environment and like work, you know, imagine a room like smokers and stuff, I think it would just be really hard because we've gotten very used to all of our more modern comforts in the office. But I love the thought of kind of honoring that girl, that, you know, the girl, her little office girl at her desk typing away. And so that was where like the inspiration for the magazine cover this time is Miss Sammy, our cover model. And she looks like she's so dreamy. And I know I spent a lot of time dreaming of doing something else with my life. So it's really fun to kind of bring this collection to life. And I know so many of you guys love vintage too. That's why a lot of you guys followed me or found me, because you liked what I was doing. You love the honeys. You love all this vintage stuff. No matter how modern our lives are on the outside, like we can still love the vintage stuff at heart. Like we get excited over finding tickets and ephemera and all that old style stuff. And so that's very much like I want to infuse more and more of our designs with that. I was speaking passionately about my Girl Friday, and it kind of reminds me of my mom. It reminds me of my childhood playing with all of my secretary stuff, and then kind of an ode to the life I took. And I say secretary, obviously we don't call them that these days. We say admin, you know, administrative assistant. I was an executive assistant for a big chunk of my career. So I got to I was like the right arm girl to the president or the CEO of a company. So I have gotten to do many amazing things in that capacity. But definitely I would tell you that I was looking for a way out, and it's just because coming back to this is this opportunity to showcase that. And to me, Girl Friday is like a collection that stands the test of time. If I had to pick any collection that we've ever offered, I would say that this would be like the reset girl to me. Like all the little details in it that are so scrumptious. Just how much I wanted it to like, I really drilled down on a lot of the edits to like really get some of those little vintage layering and the yumminess, and kind of, you know, it's kind of like the way one of the first collections I ever loved was from Crate Paper, and it was called Craft Market. So it had a lot of like the old vintage pieces in it too, and I hoarded that collection for a very long time. So this is the collection that I would hoard. I did obviously, you know, I don't try to what's that word, micromanage too much with design. Like some things I'm like, you know, that would probably look good. Those things look good together. I might not use every single piece, but there's some sheets I have that I had, like Mr. Crafty added some extra things to the bundles because I specifically asked for him to like make some edits and changes and tweaks. So I had like a whole, like I love the old Avery label type labels, and I wanted them to have that really yummy creamy ledger. So and I asked him for a whole sheet because I know how I am, and I want everything to have matching labels. So so stuff like that. So you guys benefit of on my, you know, my personal requests to my husband. So That's how we do business. I make the requests for the group, and then you guys get to, share in that joy as well. So I am going to flip the camera around. I'm pretty sure I'm done with the yappity yap. To talk, so you guys to show you the magnificence of the collection. You will not be surprised to hear that we were having technical issues with that as well. Getting some people are having some trouble on. Mr. Crafty, do you want to speak to that at all? If there are still any kind of technical issues?
He said that it's fixed. He is still working on it. It's kind of like a temporary fix.
And when Mr. Crafty says he's referring to Guillermo, our Mr. Superman. He is the one who handles the majority of our help desk issues and questions. Like when you guys email us, Guillermo is the one who actually, him and Monica are the ones, the first line of defense that handle problems, and especially ones that are technical in nature, because he is actually the one building. He's the one that manages our website on the back end. So
let's see if I can hit this button again.
He has been trying to help us with. Yes, Gina, you are so right. We broke the internets again, and not something I aspire to. That's for sure. Okay, so now you guys can see my little desktop, and I have my little notes.
Your yum is upside down.
Oh.
Which made me go, huh?
No, it's because this was bent. And so it wasn't about, because it wasn't for anyone else, it was just for me. So I didn't get my lunch all over my desk. Okay, so we have flipped around the magic of a video. We are now looking at my desktop. Hopefully, okay. So we're about to dive in. We have a couple things that we're doing differently this month. One of which we are offering our master bundle, the main bundle that we offer of the entire Girl Friday collection that's all printable. That is on sale this month. Normally it comes out and it's a little under $50 for the amount. I think Mr. Crafty counted for me, and there's 71 pages of stuff in it. And this month, for 1 week only, we are offering it for $34.95. So I'm going to start with our kits. So Girl Friday has a series of kits in it, and the bundle is what has all what I'm about to show you. So the first kit up is the Paper Punch Buffet kit, and this is by far and away, this one is my favorite. I'm going to be taking this with me to Japan once I get it all punched up. So this is the Paper Punch Buffet kit. It is absolutely delicious. This collection, all the colors and patterns together, this just makes me want to eat the paper. It is just, so yummy. So the Paper Punch Buffet kit, I came up with that term to describe the glorious so I have what I call a paper punch buffet, and it's a little assortment of pieces that I often will punch up. So this was made with a circle punch, and there's tabs in here. So I will make these trays of goodness to use in my decorating. And that's what these are for. These are designed to work with specific punches. And when you go to the store listing, you will see the exact punch that's goes with these. So for instance, here's the squares and here's the square punch. And then there is a punch for this one. It's not here on my desk. And then there is the tab punch, and that goes with these. Now, obviously, if you don't own punches, you don't have to have them. You can simply snip them. Squares and shapes like this are fairly easy. There's also a tag punch and a circle punch. And the circle punch, this one right here, is probably, I would say, a core punch to own. It's the 1 1/4 inch, and this is an EK Tools punch. I love these because they're nice and compact, and they store really well, and they store so you can see the size up on end. So this size here is this is our standard layering circle size. So anytime we do layering circles that are printables, they use this punch. So to me, this is one worth owning because a circle is almost impossible to cut out perfectly. It just is. And I am just, this is probably my favorite one right there. The little clipping of the typewriter. Ah, so yummy. And then we have the cloud punch and we have the ticket punch that some of you own. I know it happened to be one of those terrible timing that I happened to buy a punch and fell in love with it and change all of our challenge prompts to using it. And then we discovered how hard the punch actually is to get for many reasons. So here's the heart. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So all of these punches that I'm showing you, all of these are listed on the resetgirl.com/favorites. If you go to that page, you'll see all of the punches listed together and they'll all say like, these are the ones used in the paper punch buffet kit. So this whole set of printables all have a matching punch. And here's another page. So this one's got 4 pages. So here's a small hexie. And then here's the large hexie, and then here's the rhombus, which looks like that as an example. I don't have all the punches with me here, but I'm just showing you. Hi, Miss Mel. I'm glad that you were able to join a live. I know some of you guys are joining a live for the very first time, and I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so excited to show you Girl Friday. Stuff like this, you guys, where it has like the little like photo of an actual like from a secretarial manual like her. I just love stuff like this so much. And so you just have all these little pieces that are all so delicious. So you can punch all of these out. That's what's in the paper punch kit. Now you might be wondering why there is this particular little piece here. If you are not familiar with our kits, we make this particular label and this little label so that you can do this, so that you can set up a file folder once you get it all printed and go ahead and label it and put the little label up here. I actually have this fun little file box. It's hard to use this camera for that. And it has like the little files inside of it, file folders. And so when I print things out, that's how I do it. So I have this paper punch buffet kit in here. So you can see if I didn't want to, if I want to do it later, at least I have it all printed. Some of you who don't own a printer, you might end up taking this to like Office Depot or Staples. And so that's what this is for. It's just to give you that cute little organizational touch on, being able to add all that. So this right here is my absolute favorite kit, and just like the way that all the designs laid out, all of the they just turned out so yummy. So the next kit in the collection is the ListersGottaList Kit. I would personally like to call attention to this particular kit, and this is the kit. You can actually get the ListersGottaList prompts for free in our shop, and for free they actually include these. So we used to charge a small fee for these, and we do not do that any longer. We decided to make them free at this time. So you get the little ticket punch style, and the ticket punch is this one right here, which I know is not easy to get your hands on. EK Tools. I'm not sure. I don't know the story about this punch, but all I know is I've heard from many of you that it's hard to get. So, but that's what these are for, is your little punches for ListersGottaList. And then there is this new format. These are designed for the Avery label. And when you download the free prompts, you'll see it shows you right on here. It's Avery label 6792. So you can buy a box of that particular label and run them through your printer, and they will peel right off, and you can easily list with these. Now, the reason why I'm calling attention to this is ListersGottaList is turning 4 years old on April 1st. That is when I launched it 4 years ago. So I will be listing in April. I'm really hoping to get our Reset community listing as well. Just 1 month of dedicated listing. And I think that like when it first launched, it was a big deal. It was kind of viral in the planner community, and it was really exciting. I haven't been a consistent lister myself, so I'm actually going to like make a kind of commitment to listing because it's super easy and fun. Before I leave for Japan next week, I'm going to film myself taking the prompts. I'm going to set up a really simple little Lister's Got a List. This is what I'm going to be working on, is setting up a little TN, like an insert to do them like a small size so they'll be easier to do. So that's what's going to, I'll be doing that video, which you can look for. And it also has the little label so you can set up a file folder, which is so perfect for Girl Friday when you think about it. So the Lister's Got a List kit comes with its own sheet of decor. So it has this fun little sheet of little and I saw someone say, Shepherd Song Creation says, I still have my lister files from when you started back then. How awesome. For those of us who've been around a while here with the Reset Girl, do you guys remember how Lister's Got a List was like such a big deal when I launched it? I don't know what it was, but everyone was like, yes, I want a list. So this one's got all these fun little, like the little stapler and the little phone and the coffee pot. So you can do one of two things. You can print this to cardstock, and then when you trim them out, it's like, like a thick scrapbook die cut, or you can print these on sticker sheet. And then that way, when you trim it out, it's like a little label. So there's two different ways of doing it. You can even print these to like a more of a clear matte sticker stock, and then they'll be slightly transparent. So that's kind of fun. And then the kit also comes with these listing pages, and these listing pages are designed to work with the playbook. So they look just like the playbook pages, so you can print these out and add them to your playbook for each month if you want to. So you have this layout where there's just a quarter of the page. You can add your prompt up here, and then you can add your listing down here. The other thing you can do with it is cut out one of the journal cards and put those in that spot as well. So the journal cards have one sheet that is just like the fun little, kind of like the decor card where you're not really going to like write on it per se. It's more of like, hey, here's a cute picture. And then you have the actual listing sheet. So you have the typewriter, and this one I love, it's the clock out. Thank you for holding, memorandum. And then this with the old fashioned, like it's not ledger, it's that paper. I can't think of what that word is right now. That old type of printer they used to have, it was a dot matrix printer. So here's that yummy stamping I was mentioning. Isn't that delicious? So then we have these little cards, which are, oh, so yummy. Now I actually did the listing. I can't think. I actually did the listing prompts this month. So they're very work related. So it asks you about your work life and your history with work and the places you've worked and your fun coworkers and stuff. So it's very much that, like, in that theme. So isn't that fun? Look at this one. Yummy. So I have no doubt that cards like this, I would just want them in my memory keeping. Like, they don't have to be list related. It's just really cute little cards. So, but I'm definitely going to be using these in my little listers book that I'm taking with me and getting that all set up. So you get all of these journal cards, the decor, and the listing pages with your Lister's Got a List. Plus the kit comes with the prompts included. You don't have to download those separate. But again, you can go ahead and just get the prompts if you wish and join us for listing in April. On April 1st, for one day, we're going to sell our past Lister's Got a List kits for $4. So if you saw how much of the journal cards we included. So for one day on April 1st, all the past Lister's Got a List kits will be $4 to celebrate our 4-year anniversary. Yay! So that is kit number 2. Then we have kit number 3, which is the Faithful Life kit. This is for the Faithful Life Club. They have their own challenge there, and we included a coupon code with this kit. And then here are the prompts, which are also free in the shop if you just want to do the scripture writing challenge. That comes with these prompts and these prompts. And then we have a sheet of decor again. And this one has more faith-related words in it, like faith and worship, sermon notes on this little file folder, and I Heart Jesus on this stamp. And then this one comes with this adorable sheet. So these are like little word strips that you can snip up and add on this really cute kind of springy plaid. And then these are so stinking cute. I asked for an entire page of these. So expect to see these added because I'm in love, and I think these would be so adorable in when you do like documenting your travel, like a travel journal, a travel journal. I just think they're so cute. It's like you took little Polaroids of your friends, your very fashionable friends. So these are little Polaroids that you can snip up and add to your layout as if it were a little picture. And you can even add, a little embellishment to that too. Some of them are more like a little background. And then we have the journal cards. Journal cards should be printed on cardstock to give them like that heft. And some of them are just like ridiculous cute. Worship in spirit and truth. One is hilarious because I can totally picture Kelly saying that. That's from that song, which I would sing if I didn't sing so terribly. And then we have these little journal cards as well. Documented. So some of these, like this whole sheet, doesn't have anything faith related on it per se. So some of it, if you were downloading, the bundle, for instance, you could absolutely use some of these in a non-faith. Like right here on this sheet, only this one says from the Lord. Like it's a memo from God. But the rest of it is just very officey, very cute officey. And look, it's got a little tiny TRG roller stamp and the little stamping on it that I love so much. And then this, I would eat that card if I could. Yummy. And then this particular one also has the 3 long cards. So if you have a longer scripture to write out, you can use the longer format, which these are like a 3x8. So that is the Faithful Life Kit. So far that's 3 kits down. I have another kit here. This is the Crafty Club Kit. And this kit has been modified from its original format, so it's a bit like streamlined now. It comes with its own little challenge. So here's a bingo card, the little the really cute vintage ones. So these are little prompts to get you crafting. And I have to tell you, I have found this to be the most effective form of motivation I've ever seen. I first experienced the bingo card effect at the retreat that I taught with Shannon Noel, who does Illustrated Faith. She passed out these bingo cards to everybody, and I was like determined to have a blackout. So now I have been incorporating them for quite a while into like the playbook and into this craft kit because I feel like it's really helpful. It's kind of like playing a game. And if you really are struggling to be crafty, like it gives you a place to start, like typewriter. So what could you do? Could it be crafting with one of the little typewriters that are in the collection, just adding it to like a journal card or to your planner page, whatever that is to you, using typewriter font and typing up a little list, that you put somewhere, posted in the club. So it's also kind of reminding you to get posting and share what you make. And then it has its own sheet of decor. So every sheet of decor and all the kits are all different. So they have but they're also yummy. Look at these ridiculously cute little stamps. Clock out, the little Polaroid, the most yummy ampersand, this little tiny telegram. These are little, it's like a little strip, almost like washi, but made of paper. The classic tape, mail, nice little, oh, that's actually not a strip. It's actually a whole sheet of paper. And then we have these fun labels, which I love these kind of things so much, and having like a whole sheet that I can print out as much as I want. Think about that, you guys. That's what's so wonderful about digital, is you don't have to worry about hoarding anything. It ends the hoarding. The hoarding ends now. All you have to do is print it out on paper as much as you like, and you can just keep adding it whenever you need to your little stash. Isn't that wonderful? So this one also comes with the little word strips that you can snip up any, any size, way, shape you want to do it. They're all laid out here in little phrases, our classic documenting phrases. And then this comes with a little sheet of strips where they're kind of called, we call them washi strips, although we can all agree that's not real washi. And we have what is like crafting paper. So here's like a cool sheet of ledger. If you were using this in the playbook, this is the perfect size for that letter size, or you could snip it up. Here's one of my favorite patterns ever. I love this. And then here's a sheet of fun little typewriters that you can snip up into strips, or use like a whole sheet, use it to cover the front of a traveler's notebook insert. Another one of the little plaid. This reminds me of like a pencil skirt, or one of those like A-line skirts I used to wear back in the 70s. This kind of plaid. And then this one is my favorite. It's like the book copy that I love so much. So it's cut in these nice little like almost a 3x4 size. So it's kind of scaled down, and it makes really for fun, easy crafting in that small. And then wood grain. Yum, yum, yum. It's kind of funny how I used to think like that 70s, 60s wood grain was so hideous when I was a kid, but now I love it. That's the Crafty Club kit. So that's 4 kits I've shown you so far. And then we have, as I showed you earlier, here's the Office Girl. This is the magazine cover. So these little printables can get scaled down. So you can use them in their, they come in different sizes. When you, I think you get all the sizes. So you can have like a letter size, like this is a letter size. So when you print her out, you could just punch her and make her like the cover of your new planner, your letter size planner. I don't have her in a smaller size, but I know that they come in smaller sizes. You can do, there's a happy planner size. There's an A5 size. So the other size, which I love, is the one that's used for the cover of my favorite notebook of all time, my Fringe Studio notebook, which I am looking around for. I do not. Okay, give me 1 second. I see I have one up here. Let me see if I can pull it out. Okay, so the Fringe Studio also has, like, you can reduce it from a letter size down to, by like, you have to play with it a little bit, but you can shrink it down and get it onto a letter size. So that's what I do for like this is my faithful master notebook. So like I put all of my notes in here from like sermons and that kind of thing. So that's what these magazine covers are for. You can print them on sticker paper and like print and like attach them directly to the cover of the notebook. These notebooks from Fringe Studio are like $5.99 at Home Goods and TJ Maxx, and the paper is so heavenly. I talk about them so much. I love them so much. I tell everyone about them that we finally, I think we have a Fringe Studio size, if I'm not mistaken, or you can adjust it down to a Fringe Studio. And all I ever do with this is I just put glue stick on it and get it on there. If you want to watch me actually do this, I have a DIY master notebook video that's on my YouTube channel, because I actually did it, got it on there. I think like a couple of years ago, I did that in a late night club, but it's like from 2 years ago, back before we got the RV. So it's on my YouTube channel. It's called the DIY Master Notebook. So that was that. Now this time around, that's the magazine cover. And so what I'm showing you now are like individual products that you can buy separately, or they are all included in the bundle. So this one is, this is the sheet that we do call Words and Phrases. And this time I asked to have a black, a like all black version too. So, because I personally like decorating with black text versus colored text. And then it has that awesome Dymo label. Isn't that so fantastic? Yummy. So you can snip this up and use it like, you know, like little words and phrases. So you can snip it up and use it in your projects, or you can use this. I'm actually going to print this off on the clear matte sticker stock so that I can just kind of put it over and it'll look like stamping. How fun is that? I love, 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 love this so much. And then here is the florals. We always try to release a floral sheet. So the florals for this guy they're modified. The new collection, the new florals have always been my favorite, hands down. So I asked Kelly to use those as sort of like the model for these. And you'll notice that there's been tweaks made. So the leaves have like ledger and book copy. This is a new flower. A lot of these were removed. So this is like a modified version of those. And I just love them. I asked for florals that are easier to cut, that don't have a lot of little extra little twigs and leaves, because as a person who has to do a lot of fussy cutting, it makes it easier to cut them. So these are kind of like an easier form of cutting up florals. And then the snippets. This is another set that I adore. I am so in love with these shapes with the girls in them. So the snippet sheet is designed for you to basically, as it says, snip up. So there's the cute little labels. There's the fun little flags with staples in them. Then we have these. This is, I think these are 1-inch circles. So you could use a 1-inch punch on those like I'm going to. And then we have these, which I believe, I cannot tell you off the top of my head if these were intended to be that little small hexie from the punch, but you can compare. I don't know if maybe Kelly is on with me and she can answer that question, because I actually do not know the answer. And then there's these fun little documented strips and little file folder and a fun little radio and this little calendar strip. So these ones are like a little fun snip up and has all the delicious little extra pieces like tags and banners. So if you wanted to just like have a little sample of Girl Friday, your snippets sheet is a really good little purchase, because it's like some fun little pieces. Here's the Avery label that I fell in love with, and I wanted it to get modified for my use. And then I asked for like a whole sheet of them, because these are like my favorite things to do, like memory keeping, like keeping them really consistent. I like them all the same color. And then there's that sassy girl. And then it wouldn't be a collection without our honeys. And our honeys are very special. They get modified. It's really funny if you guys knew how many people touch these honeys. Every collection, there's like 4 to 5 people that do different things with the files. So their outfits get changed. So they get changed up to match the collection. They get fun little details added. Like some of them get glasses added. Those girls didn't come with glasses. They get wardrobe changes. And sometimes they're resized and recolored, depending on what we need them for. You know, it's kind of funny, you guys. This just popped into my head. So one of the reasons why I always struggled for so many years in not crafting was because of my huge issue with perfectionism and wanting to be perfect in everything that I did. And so that really held me back from getting crafty and all of it. So when I came across the planner, like a planner picture on Instagram, I kind of found that through Pinterest, actually, was my way of finding the planner community. So it's kind of a backwards way of finding it. But I remember the first time I ever saw people posting a picture of their planner, and back in back in 2014, and I jumped in. I was so excited, so like wholeheartedly, like, yes, I found my people, and it was so much fun. And I remember it was the first time like I just let go of perfectionism, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to go with the flow. But I have to tell you, doing these lives and all of the different issues that we constantly struggle with doing them and everything, it's ironic to me that I am forced to like give up on having a perfect show, having a perfect experience. Our launches aren't perfect. The lives aren't perfect. Like nothing, nothing about TRG is in my control apparently. So I certainly would want things to be as wonderful as possible, but they just don't seem to get there. So all I can do is literally rely upon the kindness of strangers, just like Blanche Dubois. But I literally have to go, okay, my gracious, sweet friends, can you guys please not hold me up to the standard of like the standards that most of us have of ourselves, of, like a company that has a big budget for like marketing and like, when they do stuff like this would just, you would never see stuff like this happen, I feel like, with other companies. And so I certainly try, but I have accepted the fact that it's just, is what it is. And Diane says that it's kind of like a Lucy and Ricky show. And yes, unintentionally, it really is. So I was just showing off my sweet honey girls here that I just love them so much. My little honey babes. So those were the last of the Girl Friday collection. Now, if you wanted to purchase the whole bundle, that's everything I just showed you. But wait, there's more. You will be the recipient of 2 free printables. So these are one of the most amazing sheets ever to have been created in TRG history. Again, you would use your 1 1/4 inch circle punch to punch these out, which I have already done. I have already made my little circles here because, yum, they're like delicious paper candy. So I have this whole sheet, which can you seriously, this it gives me life. These two are, I mean, I was just sitting here gazing at the wonder of this page. It is just, oh, so awesome. And who knows where that comes from. So I love, 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 love. I love the stitching detail. It's just, this is so good. This is my number. I can't wait to use this. Megan says, I love how you can see the evolution of TRG in this collection. Girl, thank you so much. I agree. It does feel like that. And, I am so proud of it. Like, to me, we will probably market this collection until the end of time. Like, if you guys stumble upon Facebook and you see one of our ads one day, it will be about this collection. And it might be a year from now, but we will still be marketing this collection, because if you were going to come join the Reset community and craft with us and be on the Late Night Crafty Club, and if you ever bought any collection from me, this is the one I would want it to be. The other fabulous little printable you get when you buy the bundle is Sammy and Jasmine. Oh my gosh, you guys. So we have like the medium size, like kind of, well, we'll call the, I don't know. They're kind of medium, kind of large. In comparison to the other ones, these are kind of small. But these are so cute. So I showed you guys, I posted in the club. I've been starting to make some of my little inserts and working on getting things set up. And so I happened to find this journal card in my stash. And so I added that little Sammy to this little A6 insert. Who is in love with these smaller size traveler notebooks? Like the A6 is my jam. I am in love with the little bitty size of it. It's just, ah. So I just felt like she was perfect. And so Think Happy Thoughts happened to already be outlined on the journal card. So I'm going to use this to be like my little happy dumping place, like put all my little happy thoughts in, like when I need to like refresh myself, because things like my lives drive me crazy, or all our technical issues. It'll be my happy place that I can go to. So these two are the free printables that come when you purchase the bundle. Now, unbeknownst to me, there's actually a difference. We have different bundles. So like I mentioned before, for 1 week, you can get the printable bundle that I just showed you for $34.95, which is definitely discounted from its normal price. But Mr. Crafty has started making these cut files for all of our products. So he takes these sheets and he modifies them and makes them into these fun little sticker sheets. And these sticker sheets are half letter size, and I've been punching mine and putting them inside of a disc bound planner. So this is what I have been doing, is doing this with them. So I had him make me a whole bunch of like I am the Banner Whimsy arrows are like my favorite stickers, along with my layering circles. So I just had him make me a bunch of stickers. So when I did that, asking him for something for me, he immediately said, well, this is something that we could, put in the store. So that's where all the cut files came from. So Mr. Crafty makes cut files now, and he makes them for the Silhouette and the Cricut, because he knows that there are quite a few of you who have both machines. So there is also a cut file bundle as well. So if you don't want to snip out everything, you can just print. You have a sticker making machine now. So he has them all set up. So this one here is the Girl Friday. This is the Lister's Got a List decor. So Lister's Got a List kit is kind of broken up into this fun decor sheet. And he kind of formats these differently than the sheets. So sometimes you might get extras of something. They might be different sizes. Now you get 2 staplers. So he kind of resized the stamp. So maybe he just does things so they fit the sheets. This is what he does with the journal cards, you guys. This is so stinking cute. I can't even. So he takes the journal cards and he modifies them down. So they are the size of a... Okay, this is all I know of it. So they fit the size of a Happy Planner. And I think this is the classic Happy Planner size. So that's what these would fit into. And they were once the journal cards in the Lister's kit, but here in the cut files, they are stickers. You guys, is that not adorable? Amber says that she just got a Cricut. Megan says that she could cry. Girl, I know how you feel. I look at this and go, oh my gosh, my husband's a genius. But this is how our sticker store started in the first place, girls. It was Mr. Crafty and his little sticker machine. That's not my thing. I don't even know how to use the Silhouette, to the truth be told. Because it's his machine. He's always been the one playing with it and doing different things with it. So when I asked him to make me some stickers, this is kind of like, that's how it happened. That's how our store happened. He and I together sat down and designed stickers together. And then about a year later, Kelly Bangs and I started talking about, hey, Kelly, do you got time as a freelancer to make me some stickers? So she kind of came into our lives and helped us with that. And then it evolved. So it's just kind of funny when I look at this. This is my husband back to his old tricks again. You guys can hear the rain. There's rain falling very hard right now. In the RV, rain is amplified, much louder, which is actually fabulous. And then here you have the numbers. I think the numbers were missing from the kit when I was showing you guys. I'm so sorry, but there's a whole sheet of numbers for your lists. But here in the cut file bundle, they are all set up on a sticker sheet like that. Then you have the actual prompts. So he has them set up so that you have the little colored ticket prompts like so. And again, you can punch these. There is an edge here that you can punch with a disc bound and make a little sticker book of your own. Here is the word strips and those fun little strips. These are like the little washi strips. Here's the fun little labels and tags. There's 2 sheets of those. Oh, sorry, 3 sheets. Look at the little tiny Polaroids, you guys, with the little fun little word strips on them. And then here's more of the decor. So that's all from the Listers. This is all in the Lister's Got a List little bundle in the cut file. So you can't buy the cut file separately. You just have to buy the entire bundle together, and it gives you all of this that I'm showing you. So then there's the Faithful Kit bundle. And so again, here's the little adorable little Polaroid girls, and these are all stickers. So he has set up everything. He's set up the cut lines and everything for you so that you just run it through your machine, and it prints, and it'll print and then cut out these delicious, delicious little stickers. How fun is that? And then you have the florals, which again, you can print these on clear matte sticker stock and have transparent flowers. That's probably one of my favorite ways to do our flowers. I also do that with the honeys. I love them both on the matte sticker stock and on the clear, because then you can lay them over like book copy and the book copy will show through their dress or something. It's so magnificent. So here's all the girls. They've been modified for the cut files, and then they take up 4 sheets. And then you guys, oh my gosh. So here are the tabs. They've been put on, they're all on one sheet. They're just divine. My suggestion, if you do them, because obviously as a sticker, they're going to be very flimsy. What I personally would do is I would, especially if you have the tab punch, is I would punch out cardstock and then attach one to the front and one to the back of the cardstock. And that way you have a nice sturdy tab that you can... And Mr. Crafty said you can print this to cardstock as well and not sticker paper, and then just print them out like die cuts. And then, you know, to just pop them out. That's what we have done as well. You can cut them with a silhouette, he said. So here is my paper punch buffet in the cut file form. So again, you guys, I'm warning you now, you're going to see me use these stickers a lot. If you ask me, where'd that come from? I most likely will tell you it's going to come from Girl Friday. Just be warned. I'm not going to be, there's not a lot of variety to my crafting, I have to be honest. So here's the snippets, and they've been turned into a cut file with those delicious girls again. Oh, that does sound kind of weird, delicious girls. But they just, I don't know, there's something magical about like having a shape with like a photo inside of it. It just changes things for me personally. So here's all the yummy tags. These are all stickers now. And so can you imagine, you guys, having all these delicious sticker sheets? And then he also went ahead and did the same thing with the freebies. So if you buy the cut file bundle, it comes with these included. So here's the fun little circles we were talking about earlier. And then here's the little Sammys and Jasmine's. And then there's the big. So in this one, see, I'm looking at it right now. You end up getting a bonus Jasmine because he needed 4 of them to fill the page. So that's what I mean about the cut files. They often have like little bonuses because he has to, like, you know, take something from this whole letter size down to a small size. So he'll sit there and just add extra things in there. So you get a little something extra with Mr. Crafty's cut files. And if you happen to own the silhouette or Cricut, you guys, like, you have a whole, this is like ridiculous. You have like a sticker, like your own little factory of stickers, your own little sticker empire. Isn't that amazing? That's how I feel about my little sticker book. Like all the stickers that he's made me. So I'm going to take this to Japan with me, but I'm not, I'm going to do a mix of stickers in here. I know that sounds funny that I'm taking stickers to the land of stickers, but I have a method to my madness. So what I would normally do here is I would just punch them with my disc bound punch and get them into a book like this. And then I have like a whole sticker, like, look at that, stickers. So that is the fun thing about the cut files. So the cut file bundle is currently it's about $42. He has that on sale. So that sale ends on April 3rd, just like the printable bundle is $34.95, and that ends on April 3rd. And then finally, if you want all of the cut files and all of the printables together, everything in its gloriousness, all of that together is just $44.95. Wow, that's just crazy right there. So if you want the cut files at $42 for just a few dollars more, you can get all the printables too. Mr. Crafty, he's going nuts over here with his sales, giving deals. What you want, right, Mr. Crafty? So that is our delicious, delicious little collection. So what I was thinking I was going to do while you were here is I was going to go ahead and prep my Lister's Got a List stuff because I have to get a jump on that anyway. And if you guys have any questions, or I could, I know Mr. Crafty's been answering questions more than likely. So I was going to just punch and snip up my, well, probably not. I probably won't snip them because if I do that, then I'll get them out of order. I think I'm actually going to use the this style of prompts for my book, and I'm going to snip them. These are not printed on the labels. But what I wanted to do right now was actually cut out my journal cards. That was my main goal. So I know the show and tell part of our part of our video is over for the evening. I just wanted to show everything to you guys so you would have a chance to like see it up close. Sometimes you can make better decisions when you can like oogle the product versus see a digital version of it online. So this is our April collection. Now, I also wanted to mention to you, I sent out the email today to my entire email list of 20,000 people. So if you have signed up for the Reset Girl Insider, you would have gotten it today in your inbox, and it has some really good information in there. And it also has a whole list of all the events we have coming up. We have I think we have 6 live shows in April. I believe that to be true. And in addition to that, we have, I also have a reminder in there. There's going to be no collection launch for May. Instead, we are getting ready for Camp WannaCraft. So that's what's going to launch in May instead of a collection. And we're going to be launching a awesome new product that's going to be coming out. So May will not have a traditional collection. It'll have Camp WannaCraft instead. That is our 6-week-long camping online adventure. It's just like Camp Reset, but this time we're going to focus entirely on crafting and being creative and being 12-year-old girls again. We're going to have movie nights and a face mask challenge just like we did last time because that was just too ridiculously funny. So it's going to be amazing. I'm going to have guest teachers that are going to be doing videos for you guys to show you some amazing little projects that you can incorporate. I'm kind of focused on the easy crafting because I know a lot of you have limited time, limited resources. So I'm kind of managing that because I kind of think that's what I do is real minimal, easy kind of crafting. So that's what I want to do is kind of handle that level of it. And then my awesome creative team is going to come in and show and offer like more sophisticated crafting projects too. So there'll be a nice mix. So 6 weeks of fun, and we're going to be doing the crafty adventure, just like Camp Reset, Camp WannaCraft. You can get your little area all set up, all campy and fun. And we're going to do this, like have some of the same fun projects, like I said before, like doing hopefully we're going to have a sing-along again. And Diane, May is my birthday month too. So it's going to launch in May. It'll go live though June 1st, but we will put it up for registration. So Betty says that the Girl Friday is the best kit I've ever seen in the TRG store. Girl, I agree. This is my absolute favorite. There was a question about where to get the sticker paper. I believe the sticker paper that we use for our sticker printing needs is on the favorites page, theresetgirl.com/favorites. And that I believe that has all the different type of sticker paper we use. And Marcella asked about how much Camp WannaCraft is going to cost so she can plan for it. I haven't set an exact price for it, but I can tell you that when registration opens, it'll be under $40. So I can tell you that. I just haven't set like the exact price, but it'll definitely be under $40 for sure. So, and it will come with like a few sheets of decor, to get you started and some swag. So like just pretty much like what Camp Reset did is we always had like some printable sheets that you would get to do and like print out and use. And then there'd be like a little sheet of decor. And so that's what Camp WannaCraft will do. And then we'll have it will have a crafting theme. So it will be so much fun, and I am really hoping we'll have even more people join us than Camp Reset, because I think Camp Reset really bonded our community more than ever before. I feel like after Camp Reset, I felt like we were even more bonded, more interested in doing lives. Like people like were just very much feeling like this was their little crafty family, and I really felt that. So I'm very much excited and looking forward to having a camp crafting experience where we can focus on just crafting for the whole 6 weeks. And Camp WannaCraft, I'm not sure yet how a playbook, how the current playbook and the camp will work together, because there is a section for June in the spring book. So that's kind of, I feel like you guys need to have a separate book for camp, but different than the playbook. So maybe it's a section of that you print out and put with your playbook, if that makes sense. I haven't finalized all of those decisions yet, so I will be working on that very shortly. Hopefully I will get a lot of it straightened out before I head off to Japan. So I'm going to start cutting, and you guys we can continue our chit chat as we are in the chit chat part of the show. And if you must go make dinner, put children to bed, go to sleep because you're adulting and need to get up to go to work, I have loved having you here. I appreciate that you stuck it out through all of our issues. They're all the issues that we hate having, but seem to have a lot of. Mr. Crafty just kind of sums it all up and calls it, reset life, RV life, because that is what we seem to have more so than. I don't remember all of these issues at all when we had our house, when we lived in the house and we had the late night crafty club in my little craft room that I had. I don't remember any of this. Okay. Serendipity asked if I am still doing my my Crafty Commonplace book. So I have not, to be honest, I have not worked in that book, but I have to tell you something. I found this little book, and it's just like the Crafty Commonplace, but it's a different brand, but it's the same style as my little Crafty Commonplace book, but it's smaller. I think that this is what I'm going to start doing that in. And I had intended to kind of start like a new little YouTube series just about crafting in this book as a Crafty Commonplace book. So everything I did in the original one, I'm just going to kind of like move into this because the pages are smaller. It's more, I don't know. I've really been, like I mentioned before, I've really been loving these smaller sized books, and we're going to be downsizing a lot more into this next year as we start traveling again. So I'm thinking that this would just be more fun. Plus, I also want to start crafting outdoors when we start traveling again. I really want to do like some craft shows outside, and I feel like something like this is more portable and it's more I don't know, more fun. Now it'll be interesting to see what happens when it gets all very fluffy, but that is my intention, is to get that commonplace book up and running again. I've sort of been spending a few months kind of getting my act together and figuring out like how I want to plan, what I want to do, and that has kind of taken me a while, but I don't mind that it's taken me a while. It doesn't bother me that it's April, and it's about to be April, and I just got my planner that I want to use for the year. That doesn't bother me at all. I've actually been fine. I've actually been okay with it. Now, this might be mostly because I'm an INFP. I think my INFJ girlfriends out there would be horrified at the thought of not having a planner to look at for the last 4 months. Like, that would just not do. But if my INFP friends are on here, can we agree perhaps we are a little bit more flexible with our planners. And often we just like cover up stuff like dates. What dates? What times? I just show up when I show up. I'm just kidding. I'm not really that bad, but I feel like that is kind of how planning has gone for me. It's been a fun place to craft in more so than anything, because all I really need is a list. I don't really feel like I need a planner. My life isn't really structured by time as much anymore like it was when I had, when I was raising my daughter, when I was working full time, then time was very different. So it's different that I'm home now. And Miss Andrea, Miss also home working, Miss Retro Hit Mama, can attest to those changes and how when you control your own time, it is very different. And you have to make all these modifications to how you've always looked at time, because a lot of your time wasn't your own and you didn't call the shots. And when you run your own business or work for yourself, you have to develop these new time management skills you may not have. Like, I don't have them. And I have decided after 2 years of feeling bad about that, I'm just going with it. I'm just working with it. So Delena's an INTJ. I'm guessing you're still, though, very persnickety about how things must be. And hi, goodbye, Andrea. As I was just talking about you. Allie says she's an INFJ. I think although INFJ is like the most rare personality type, I feel like there's a lot of them in the planner community, because that J is what makes you guys so good at planning. Good night, Miss Alice. I will be seeing you next week, girl. Okay. So while Lister's Got a List is going to be celebrating its 4th birthday next month, Miss Damaris, who I see in the chat room, is going to be hosting a live show for us in the Crafty Club. She's going to be doing a show for Lister's Got a List, so you guys will have a craft buddy. She's going to be doing that on the 13th. If you got your Reset Girl Insider newsletter, it has a schedule at the bottom, and you'll see all the new craft. You'll see all the new shows that we're going to be doing in April. I'm going to be doing an international late night Crafty Club. I'm going to be doing my very first Crafternoon with Cori show. And I also will be doing a live haul when I get back from Japan. I'm going to do a live haul to show you all the stationery I bring home. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to be doing a Faithful Life, the chapel crafting with Cori. I'll be doing that. So we have some really fun live shows coming this month. And all of that was spelled out for you guys with times and everything in the Reset Girl Insider newsletter, which we sent out a few hours ago. Ah, the sound of the scissors. These journal cards are so cute. Now I have a paper cutter. I have the guillotine style, this little guy from Tonic. I feel like I'm just not as good with a paper cutter as I am with my scissors. This is not to say that I actually cut perfectly straight with my scissors, but what I do cut, I feel like I can live with. I can live with my imperfect cutting, if that makes sense. Megan says, I feel so validated right now. Oh, hi, Miss Angie Brown. Shauna says she's looking forward to the International LNCC. I bet you are. It's a lot easier to attend that, huh? Because it's very friendly to the girls in Australia, that's for sure. I do the show at 4 a.m. So if you are in the United States, I noticed that a lot of my friends that are like Central Time and Eastern Time were on the show, because it's a little bit easier to show up. I think it's like 7 a.m. to an Eastern Standard Time girl. So I have to say the International Club show was absolutely hysterical. It was so much fun. And I wasn't even tired. I thought I would be so tired, and I really wasn't. I was having too good of a time with my friends all over the world. We had girls from all over, not just Australia. We had UK friends, and it's just a lot of fun. And it's a lot. I feel like it's fair too to you guys, because oftentimes you guys sacrifice to make it to our live show here in our time frame. So I want to make sure that you guys, at least once a quarter, I'm going to try to make sure to do a show for you guys. Hi, Sandy. You're not late. You're just in time for some crafting. I am trimming up my journal cards from the Lister's Got a List Kit. Melissa says that she's very scissors cutting challenged.
I didn't know you were going to be crafting. Is this my cue to come in and be the funny man?
Oh yes, Mr. Crafty would like to be funny now.
Isn't this my show? Do you need jazz music? Do you need to spill your wine?
No, I don't need any wine. I don't have wine, first of all. To be fair, I have water with a secured top.
You're not a noob here.
So Mr. Crafty is excited. He got bumped off the show last time because Miss Kelly Bangs was with me, so she got to be.
And she did so much better than I did.
Actually, she kept forgetting.
She got way more waffles than I did.
That's okay. It was fun. That's
okay. We see who you went home with.
It's very different when I have a guest versus being by myself, because when I'm by myself, I often forget. I get very, very caught up in what I'm doing, and I'll kind of forget to talk, and I'll forget to entertain, be entertaining. I'm sure some of you guys really love the sound of my scissors.
Get in the scissor zone.
The scissor zone.
Scissor zone.
It's like the danger zone on Top Gun, but
better. Some jazz music.
So, oh yay! The Encouragement Club says that her son is currently exploring Japan, and he promised to buy you some crafty things. That's awesome. I am kind of afraid about this trip. I don't know how I'm going to have any level of self-control. It's kind of like giving a kid, a credit card and sending him into a candy store and telling him, kid, there's no one around to tell you can't. So I'm going to have to really be responsible and stuff. And I don't know. I can't even envision a budget. I have a hard time even telling myself, this is your budget.
I don't like what I'm hearing.
I know.
I don't know if I like this. Paula, swear to me you'll rein her in.
I don't know if Crafty Destinations is still on the live, but I don't think she heard that. So, while we're in Japan, we're going to try to do a live. We're going to see how that works. One thing that Paula and I want to do is share with you guys the next destination that we're going to be doing a crafting abroad trip. It is amazing, and it's going to be happening in, let's see, we're in 2019, so it's happening next year in 2020. We're also going to be offering another Cruising with the Reset Girl adventure in 2020. I think about a year from now, we'll be having another cruise. If you didn't get to come to the cruise that we had in October, I would highly suggest you start saving your washi money, because the cruise was incredible.
Oh, that was.
It was so much fun. It was life-changing. It was crafting. It was hanging out with introvert friends. It was getting to go exploring. Miss Paula, she made the event just super fun. And this one's going to be even, this one will have the same attention to love and detail. We'll have our fun little crafty all girls pajama party disco. Okay. Oh, Kelly, I see what you did here. If you guys own the playbook, that might look familiar to you. It looks very much like a playbook layout. The memory keeping layout. I like it. Oh, Mr. Crafty's got some vintage music going on.
Now I don't have anything to watch the chat room on. Let's see what it says.
You can that one. You can try that.
I can take. Oh, I can take.
Or
that,
you can take that and leave me that if you can get that going again.
I wonder if I can see the chat room on here.
I'm losing my.
Oh yeah, the chat room is on here. I was trying to get caught up now. Right.
So I was telling him, you always.
Megan wants to know if we're available for parties.
Parties? We don't go to parties.
What are those? Isn't that what the cool kids go to?
You're adorable, Megan. Yeah, we don't go to parties.
If the music is too loud, let me know, people. I'm not up there to listen to the sound volume.
It sounds kind of like wacky, zany music, you know? Like, got some zany paper cutting to do.
So, of 10 says they've never been on a cruise. They might have to pray about this one. It was worth it. It was so awesome.
People made friends. Like, they came on the boat and they ended up meeting their best friend. They, we heard that so many times. We heard nothing but good things from everyone. They just had such an amazing time. So we had crafting sessions where you could just sit in the dining room, like one of the private dining rooms, and just craft together as a group. We had 2 sessions like that. And then I taught 2 sessions making an altered book, like a real simple altered book. We did one night, most of us kind of joined in the karaoke hall, and we we did karaoke and sang, and it was kind of fun because it was just, I didn't realize how popular karaoke is. Everyone thinks they're a singer. Oh, I just realized something. Oh, you guys, I did have the pages to show you. I just didn't show you. Okay, so here is okay, let me just show you something really quick. So there's 2 types of listing pages. One of them, it has the ticket punch spot for your prompt, and the other one has the Avery label spot for you to add your prompt. I didn't realize they were both in this little pile, and I also didn't realize that I actually have the little numbers that you would punch out and put in your listing pages. So that was my bad. I was a terrible Vanna tonight. And then there's the coupon code they're tucked into all the kits, I believe.
Paula said, stop all that cutting and get to decorating.
Okay. Decorating. Yeah, the decorating I'm going to do in a video. So I'm going to film myself setting up my travel, my little travel TN. I have a Hobonichi. I just got the Hobonichi Weeks, and it's the April start. So I just got it, and then I got a cover for it from Sojourner Travels. Wait, Sojourner Journals. Sojourner.
Is that Sojourn?
Sojourner. It's
Got
Sojourner. God, terrible. Okay, but that's where I got this from, and so I wanted to set up my little traveler's notebook. So I was going to do that, and I'm setting up one of the inserts to do the listing in it. Because I'm going to, as God is my witness, I'm going to do listing And I'm going to try and do my lists in advance as much as possible and then post my pictures. So I've never done this before, you guys. I am like guessing this is how you do it. But I'm trying to make my own insert. I refuse to sew it because I do not want to take the time to do it. So I got myself a stapler. It just hasn't gotten here. So I'm going to basically try and staple this into a little booklet. This is just like excess. I'm going to end up cutting that off. So it's going to be a super fun little ledger paper cover. And then this will be one of the books. So I wanted to prep that. And so that's the part I'm going to film on camera, not on a live. That way I can kind of focus on what I'm doing. So I'm going to get that set up and get that decorated and prepped. And then we'll get that video up on YouTube and you guys can see like, oh, that would be a really simple way to do. Because I'm going to make it very simple. And then like I mentioned before, here's another little insert that I'm going to attach in here. So I'm just kind of getting my little... I have like my little to-do list. Actually, I'm kind of getting, there we go. So I have a little to-do list of all the things I have left to do for going to Japan and making sure I complete. So all of this is going to be going with me. And then I have another traveler's notebook that is going to be my little travel journal. So I need to get that set up. So I have a fun little YouTube video coming. I haven't made a YouTube video in quite a while, so this will be fun. But I think with these smaller books, I feel like like setting this up is going to be really easy because the pages are already so small. And if you personally love listers and you love making elaborate spreads, then by all means, please continue doing so. I just wanted to do it, like know that I'd actually done it. And I wanted to make it simple. So I felt like even if I just have like a journal card and the prompt, and that's all I could, manage, and maybe some stickers, then at least I was doing that much. So some pages I might include a journal card. Some I'm going to write directly on the page. My little book that I'm working on, it's made of vintage papers that I bought on Etsy. So these are all like journal and graph and office forms and ledger. So that's what this is anyway. So maybe I will be putting journal cards on some of them because they're just going to look adorable if I do. So that's how I'm getting. This is actually kind of fun. Maybe I'll make like a wraparound book.
Tamara said it was time for a true confession that she's scared of Kelly.
I actually have never heard anyone say they're scared of Kelly. Kelly is like the sweetest, funniest person. She's the first time I met her at a planner meetup is how Kelly Bangs and I met, and I just like instantly loved her. Like we were just cracking each other up. Like it's really funny when someone just gets your sense of humor. So we were having a really good time at the planner meetup, and I'm really glad I went. It was pretty much one of the last planner meetups I ever went to. It's like I went, I found my friend, and that's it. That's all I need. I'm out. I'm kind of liking this wraparound book idea. It's kind of like what they do with, like a traveler's notebook. This one has a wraparound thing, and this one might too. Maybe I'll add one of those old-fashioned little tabs, like with the string that you can wrap around. That'd be kind of fun. That's kind of a happy accident because I was trying to figure out how to even like make a booklet. I couldn't even figure out how to make a simple insert. So maybe that was just, this is one of my favorite papers. so I have a lot of videos to make, and I have been buying a ton of craft supplies and stationery, which I don't need. Well, let me rephrase that. I have a lot of craft projects to do, and especially for camp. And so I wanted to make sure that I had a lot of like fresh supplies. So I've been buying like whole packs of like the paper. I buy my paper directly from American Crafts. So when I like something, I get like a 25 pack of it. So I have bought a lot of paper, stuff for camp craft, getting ready, and some of the books and stuff that I'm making. So it's been a lot of fun, but I would love to show you guys some of the stuff I've been buying. Yeah, you guys, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to keep the flap here now that I've done it. Once this gets stapled in here, I don't know. The only thing I would need to figure out is how to make a closure. See, this is what I mean. Not like, I don't always do a lot of crafty things. I think a lot of you guys are very clever. I see people in my community just make amazing stuff. And I'm like, how did they do it? I just couldn't figure it out. So I will have to figure out how would one make an easy way of a Velcro dot. Yes, that's true. A thumb closure. Oh, are you when you say a thumb closure, do you mean like that when they like have a little cut in the paper and then it's like a little flap that catches on? Is that what you mean when you say a thumb closure? So, Diane's asking if that's a Spotify playlist you're playing from.
No, it's not Spotify. It is Epidemic Sound, because they're one of the places that let you use music on your YouTube and not get banned.
So Betty says that Stayology makes an amazing notebook. So I have that one. So here's the Stayology. This is the A6 size, and then there's the B6. I am in love with A6. It is my jam. It feels like it's so, like, look how the pages look doable. Like, I feel like I could really go to, town and really do that. Whereas when I get a big page, sometimes the Crafty Playbook, it surprises me because I enjoy working in it so much. But if I were just looking at a blank sheet and I had to start from scratch, like doing a list, this feels really comfortable, like that size. Look how cute that is. So I might just, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. This is I think what we all go through. Which book do we do it in? Part of me is like, why don't I just do my list in the Stayology book? Because I will keep listing in it all year long, right? The other reason why I want to do listing is because I think April 2nd or April 3rd is the kickoff for the 100 Days Challenge, the 100 Days Project. I can't remember the hashtag now. Somebody can remember that. Please remind me. So Michelle says there's even a punch for a thumb closure. Okay, so that is what I was thinking of. And I think I do have that punch. I don't know what I thought I was going to do with it. I've never used it before, but I just thought it was really neat. So I'll have to look at that again. But Michelle says that B6 is her perfect size. A lot of people love the B6. I just ordered, in addition to craft supplies, I have been ordering new traveler's notebooks. So this is new to me. I got my Hobonichi Weeks is new to me. This little guy is from Makuvi on Etsy. This is new to me. So I have a few more on order, and the B6 Slim is another size that I really wanted to try because of doing all of this like crafting. I have been bitten by the bug, you guys. I feel like I'm really back in that flow of doing crafting again and stuff. So the playbook has really helped infuse that for me, like really get me motivated again. So I got my cards all snipped out, and then I have to choose, let me see, I have to decide. I personally really like these particular prompts. I think these are more minimal and simplistic, and I think they'll stand out. So I think I'm going to go with these as the ones I use. And I think I'm going to, okay, set that aside for now. And I think I have, earlier today, I punched out all of the circles from the freebie and I cut up a page of snippets. So I have all my snippets in here. So the one thing I have had my eye on that I really want is from the Paper Punch Buffet, which technically my sweet husband put all this stuff into sticker form for me. So maybe I don't need to punch it out right now like I thought. You guys, those are so ridiculous. Maybe I'll just stick with my stickers. See, this is when you like, this is when I'm like, oh my gosh, thank goodness for Silhouette. Look at all these fabulous little stickers I have. Okay.
And if anybody bought the PDF version and wants to upgrade to the other one, just buy the bigger one too and ask for a refund on the smaller kit. Like if I saw somebody say that they bought the PDF bundle and then they wanted to
Hi, Michelle. I'm glad you're really here this time instead of like sort of here.
Right? Thanks for your full attention.
Okay. Sorry, I'm actually like reading the chat room and I stopped talking.
Something funny and it didn't work. My brain was going a mile a minute. Say something funny.
Mr. Crafty puts a lot of pressure on himself sometimes with his something to say.
I take my job very seriously. I'm the gap filler, and there was a gap.
There was a gap, and he had to fill it, but it's okay. Let's take some of that pressure off you. So, I'm looking at my...
Okay, they were wanting me to repeat what I said. Some people who may have just bought the PDF version, the $34 version, may have seen the cut files tonight and wanted to spend the extra $10 to get the cut files. Well, what you can do is just buy the bigger bundle, the biggest bundle, and then ask for a refund on the smaller one, because that's just the easiest way to do it. Because there's no $10 version of the cut files, and it's only $10 more to get everything. So that's what I was saying. Does that make sense, sweetie, or did I just make it?
I'll be honest with you. I was so busy cutting that I had to tune you out. I'm sorry.
You had to tune me out so you could cut? Are you kidding me?
Come on now. It's like walking and chewing gum. It's
so where's
like
that sheet of paper
cutting
that had
and
the
listening.
prices on it? Do you know? Remember that I printed out for you?
I do.
You don't know where it is?
Well, see, when things serve their purpose and I don't need them
Then you
anymore,
just get rid of them.
I tend to be like, off with its head.
Okay.
I don't need you
Well,
anymore.
people can just email the help desk and ask. That's right. Never mind, sweetie. Go about your business. Nothing to see here.
Okay. Okay, so the rhombus punch and the paper punch buffet sheet. So I just trimmed off the bottom so I could access the very first row, and then I'm just punching my first little triangle, because actually these are not triangles, these are rhombuses. Because although I have stickers, sometimes some of these shapes are just so delicious. I know for a fact that I'm going to want more of them. So I may as well just take a glue stick and my little paper punch buffet. I don't know where my hexagon punch is, so I'm just going to trim these out because I can, because it's simple. This is another delicious little shape with a cute little secretary in it. Okay, so there I got that. So I'm going to make a, in the video that I show you of my setup for Japan, I'm going to show you some of my little craft organization tools that I love and that I'm going to be taking with me. I have discovered that although I'm an overpacker, I think that I've also learned that as much as I think I'm going to use, I use like a fraction of it. And I've really gotten a good sense of like what I like. Girl Friday is coming at such a good time because this color palette, the style of it, all the stuff in it. Oh, I mean, I want my traveler's notebook to have this stuff in it. So I will be having a lot of fun making a simple insert. Like I bought some inserts off of Amazon. These are like an A6. I bought a pack of them. So just making something very, very simple like this, you know, like making a simple design that's just kind of like on my book. That's something I might do because I love decorating. I do. And I think a lot of us do, but sometimes I have to be honest with myself. Like sometimes less really is more. I notice that my eye is very attracted to things with a lot of white space in it, and it's just showcased very beautifully. And sometimes I think things get ruined when I get a little too excited with my layers. So I'm just kind of doing this right now, but just something like that, you know, getting this. I'd probably have to finish out the design, adding more pieces. I just think that's delicious, which hopefully you guys can even see because I moved it off the camera. So just something like that. With less is more, things pop. I personally have like really grown to love the craft covers. I like the craft and the white cardstock. When Yellow Paper House made inserts for me, and they still will if I request it, they always use the white cardstock covers for me because I love to decorate, and the white cardstock is just so yummy to have that white edge when you decorate the cover. It's a nice change. So what I like about these kits, especially the Paper Punch Buffet, is if you have a punch, you can hand your punch over and your sheet to a kid and be like, here, kid, earn your rent.
Wait a minute. Is that how I'm earning my rent? Is cutting sticker sheets?
Oh no, the cat's out of the bag.
Rude.
How rude.
Rude and hurtful.
Mr. Crafty always tells me many things I say are rude and hurtful. It's our love language.
It's our love language.
Okay, so see how that's coming together? Like I would probably trim this a little bit more, but I just feel like the Paper Punch Buffet just has so much like goodness. Instead of you having to pick out a bunch of your scrapbook paper, it's kind of like we did it for you. We put together like a great little collection of scrapbook pieces for you. That's how I like to look at it. Another fantastic little shape here has a little vintage phone operator. Hello.
And I was a telephone technician in the U.S. Coast Guard. I did all sorts of telephone stuff.
You did?
I did.
You know, that music sounds really good with the rain.
It does, doesn't it? It just won't keep playing because our connection here evidently is not that great.
Where my mom lives, it's kind of a little dead zone. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with all the lives we have planned. I hope that we don't have this issue all the way through them. It makes it so hard.
Yeah.
I kind of like that jazzy music you had going earlier. That was new. Like I don't usually hear that one.
I know, it sounded very... I think it was Stompin' Jazz Night. That's what I think it was.
Oh, there we go.
I need a joke book.
Joke book.
I do.
I had a joke book when I was like 9 or 10.
Uh-huh.
Oh man. I told so many jokes from that book. Now,
You know what I was thinking we could do?
my audience was generally my parents, so I think that kind of got old fast.
We could get your phone and do like a FaceTime with someone like Kelly.
Like, oh, you know, is Paula still on the line? Paula's very entertaining.
I wonder how well that would work. Oh, I need to stop. Let's see. Wouldn't she love it if I just called her right now?
Oh, yes, I'm sure she would be thrilled. Kelly would be like, she probably won't answer.
I thought you said Paula.
Oh, I thought, well, you said Kelly, so.
Oh, I did?
Yeah. Is that who you meant?
I had both of them on my brain.
Kelly might need preparation, where I think Paula is very...
Paula's just like, whatever.
She's an extrovert. That's why. Her superpower is
She's
just like...
you need me on the show
yes,
more often.
jumping in. I can be entertaining at a moment's notice, like where I would need a lot of prep time.
She probably won't answer.
I wouldn't. I never answer my phone when it rings.
She did answer. You're on the Facebook Live.
What if I was naked?
Well, then I wouldn't have put the phone down. If you were listening, you'd have known I was calling you.
We just caught you not watching the Late Night Crafty Club.
No, I am, and look, I'm crafting.
Paula, I couldn't carry the show. I had no joke book. I had to do something.
He had to call in an extroverted resource.
I had to call in the heavy hitters.
I love it. Let me tell you what I did.
Okay.
Okay, I just reprinted my whole winter edition of the playbook
Oh.
because I punched it wrong, and I have obsessive compulsive issues.
How many people in the chat room can identify with what Paula is saying right now? Everyone raise your hand. So Washi couldn't fix it, huh?
No, because it was no.
Yeah.
You're
Oh, go ahead.
doing a lot of dang cutting.
And no crafting.
I am.
Cut and start the crafting.
I am. I decided to kill two birds with one stone. I figured this is stuff I have to do for my video anyway, is prep it all. So I'll just do it on the show because, like, after doing the review of the collection, because this is what it happens when you print out one of the kits is you get to sit there, like, binge watch your favorite show and just cut. Now, I'm actually cutting versus punching. I could be punching, but I am actually too lazy to go dig out the hexagon punch I need right now. So I am a lazy crafter. It just depends on how, like, there's different degrees of laziness. So
Well, the great thing is those items are super easy to cut.
Indeed.
Indeed
they are. So I put on the schedule that we're going to be doing a live show when I come back to show all of my stationery goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So Mark is pleading with you to try to wrangle me in, but we do have a free day and I can give you the slip. So
I was trying to ignore him.
Yeah.
Rude and hurtful.
That's right. Crafty friends band together. We don't do what husbands say. Are you crazy?
Hey, I drive a truck. I do what I want.
That's right. That's Paula's tagline. That's officially her tagline. So, I feel like perhaps, is the chat room still going? Because I feel like mine, okay.
Is yours not going?
Well, I have a problem. I have to wear glasses to see the chat room, but then if I wear these glasses, I can't see what I'm cutting. So, this is 40-year-old women in her 40s, the problems you have with your vision. It's not fun.
We can let you go if you're busy, Paula. Sorry to put you on the spot.
I'm just crafting. I'm having a good time.
We're just crafting. We're crafting on a show that has some issues with it because our connection here apparently isn't very good for some reason.
So I've been putting together some fun little gift packs for our Japanese adventurers. I'm so excited.
Excellent.
I know. So I've been sitting here kind of playing with stuff too.
I have to do that as well. I have to go into our storage and fish out the stamp sets that I had made for my crafty friends. And I'm thinking what we're going to do is probably offer them in the online store, because I don't, now that I'm not going to be doing all the in-person events that I thought I was going to do, it's probably better to offer things to people even if they have to be shipped from another company.
Yeah.
Than just sit in a storage. You guys, the show is like I don't have the LNCC energy right now.
I got a glue stick, sister. It's time to glue some stuff. Hey, look, I'm wearing my Indoorsy shirt.
Yes.
Hashtag Indoorsy.
That's very cute. This is how we're gonna have guests on the show. It's through our phone.
It's so weird. I know. I look over at your screen and I'm looking away, and then I look at myself. And where do I look?
It is a bit confusing, isn't it? I find that to be true. I forget that I'm looking too much at the phone and not at the camera, and then I realize that I'm not looking in the right spot. And I'm trying to read the chat room. Trifocal, Sandy said. That's exactly what I feel like I need right now. I keep getting a spinning circle. Anyone else? Yes, I'm actually getting a spinning circle. I've had the spinning circle for a while. We are in the same boat, Miss Serendipity.
I was getting it. I'm not now. Oh, Victoria, you're so sweet.
Can you please get rid of Mike?
He thinks extra just funny? For you. Mr. Crafty, I was working on I got some sticker pages cut today.
You did?
Excellent. Look, our first sighting of the cut files in action. Paula puts her little cricket to the task, man. She look at her. She's already got stuff printed. She's already got stuff cut.
I'm rocking it over here.
Victoria says that she can read your lips. You're so cute.
I'll do my lips extra. At least I'll try.
Okay. See, Betty was sharing her dad joke with you. Did you see it?
I missed it.
Dad jokes are the best. Okay. I am trying these new Tim Holtz little scissors, the little fussy cutting, the ones that you had, Paula. Do you recognize these?
Yeah.
Okay, so Hobby Lobby. So I decided I would try them, but you know what I think? I think they make you cut off. I think they make you those serrations. My cutting's not as precise as it used to be. I'm a good fussy cutter.
You know what? Use them on a honey or a cloud, and you'll appreciate them much more than a straight line.
All right. Those of you who have the little Tim Holtz, the little serrated scissors, do you guys agree with that logic? Do you think it's a matter of they cut better on curvy lines? So Betty agreed with you.
Yes, curvy lines better. See, I love them so much. I've got baby
mama. Okay.
Yeah.
Betty said it's for detail. Well, I figured this was small and that counted, but
yeah. You got to use the golden scissors for the straight stuff.
Okay. So I defer to the experts.
Carolyn said they're her favorites.
They're her favorites.
Those scissors.
I feel like the serration is tactile. It has a weird feeling. And a lot of us are very tactile women. We very much like this, the feel of things and the paper. So I'd like to know, of those of you guys who have tried these, tell me if you didn't like them. And Jill just said, sorry, I don't like them. Yay.
Well, poo, Jill. Cori, is that cardstock?
What? Is this cardstock? Yes, this sheet, because it had the tabs on it. And I like to have those on cardstock.
Me too. But what I do is I do my tabs on sticker paper, and I use my tab punch to cut them on cardstock, and then I put the sticker on there.
See, did you guys hear that? That's what I said earlier is what I would do because I have the sheets that that Mark made. I have them all. And if I saw those, I'd be like, well, what would I do with these? Because on sticker paper, they're too flimsy. But if you punch your little tab and then attach these, you're good. And you guys, some of these are redonkulous cute.
Those could only come on the cut file version because I had to make
Oh, did you hear that? Mr. Crafty was sneaky again. So these are only available on the cut file version.
The ones in the upper right.
These ones, the one I just pointed at. So these ones are on the Paper Punch Buffet version. But these are newsies. See, I kind of like that you do that, Mark. It kind of makes it a little...
I had space I needed to fill.
Special. Okay, so I am cutting. Okay. So Paula and I are going to be shoe twinsies. I just purchased the shoes that she bought herself. She showed them to me. She texted a picture and I said, can I buy those too? Would you be mad if I owned them as well? Because they were really cute. But I got them on Amazon, Paula.
You did?
I did. I happened to Google them because Kohl's was going to charge me $20 for rush shipping. And I one last ditch attempt. I Googled them, and this time they popped up on Amazon, and they came up in all of the colors they're available in.
Were they a good price?
They were the same sale price. You just didn't have to pay, I have Prime, so I didn't have to pay my shipping. So I was really excited. So you and I are going to be shoe twinsies in Japan.
Yay!
But I don't think that'll be awkward.
It won't be awkward.
You have very good shoe taste.
Yeah, even my kids thought they were awesome, so I know I'm doing good.
Right? They're very fun. They're very different. They're kind of like futuristic shoes. If you guys are in the mood for some very comfortable shoes, Adidas has this brand called Cloud Foam.
Yeah, something like that.
They are amazing. I put them on my feet. I have very little Fred Flintstone feet. They're very wide and flat, and shoes just are almost always like squeeze my little flat toe, like my little toes. And these were just so roomy. It was like I've never put on shoes that felt like that. So they were Adidas, and they're the Cloud Foam. And they come in different types of shoes, but Cloud Foam is the sole, I guess. It makes them all like super spongy and cloudy. Oh my gosh, these are so cute.
They're so comfortable. Hey, do you want to see my backpack I got for the trip?
Sure. Because
it's tiny and it's got flowers.
Does everyone see Paula's little backpack she got for the trip? Paula always finds really cute little things.
It's so cute. It's going to hold my
It is cute.
and it'll hold my sprocket and my wallet.
Oh, how fun. See, I think all of us are going to be like the tourists that carry our own little printers. To get print on the go. I just got the Sprocket Plus.
I need to look. I haven't seen that. I need to look at that.
So the Sprocket Plus, for those of you who are not familiar, I think it's like a second generation printer, and it prints a slightly larger picture. So the pocket printers tend to use a 2x3 format, and the Sprocket Plus does a 2.25. Like, I think it adds like a 1/4 inch. It's a 1/4 inch larger on both sides, width and height. So it's it's slightly bigger picture. And people were saying, "Oh my gosh, I love this." So I wasn't going to buy a new pocket printer. I have the LG Popo, but I have to tell you that like the more that technology has evolved, because I bought mine in 2015, I feel like it's come like the ones that they have now are way improved. When I look at the quality of the prints I get on my printer, like the newer printers print better, and it just it pained me too much, I have to admit, to take all these wonderful pictures and do all this memory keeping and then have all these kind of like yellowed pictures. So I have to really use it now, otherwise I'm going to feel really bad for getting another little printer. So
do you feel though that Sprocket, does it not print as yellow as the regular Sprocket? Because mine I'm not pleased with it. I'm not happy. I have the regular Sprocket.
Okay, so I went on YouTube and I watched a bunch of videos because there are people who are starting to buy the Canon Ivy.
Right.
And I saw a video of people that were doing different things where they were using the paper from one printer in the other printer brand. So they were trying different things.
Oh.
I think this is about the funniest live I've ever done, where like literally we're just sitting here talking to each other. You guys, it's terrible. So Betty says that, okay, thank you, Betty. So she says the measurement is 2.3 times 3.4, and she hasn't thought of a good enough justification yet to upgrade. And I totally get that. I feel guilty upgrading, but here's how I'm justifying it. Is the one thing that I have been really bad at is memory keeping, and I feel like if I bought the new one, that I would make a commitment that, yeah, I'm going to make this a thing. I'm really going to do it because I really want to. I've gotten to do all these amazing things and go amazing places, and then I don't sit down and like print out a picture or two. Like, come on. So that was my tough love message to myself. And I said, okay, if you get this little printer, you are going to have to use it. And I'm probably going to have, like, I'll probably gift my little Popo. I'll gift it along with the paper it came with because I still have a bunch of paper for it.
Well, I'm interested to see how yours works.
Yeah.
Because I need another item in my craft room.
Yes. All of us do, right, ladies? I mean, don't all of us, like, aren't we all looking for a reason to, like, upgrade? They're just going to keep coming out with better and better little, little printers and stuff. And then it's going to make you feel like, well, I have to have the newest one. But for real, I really felt like every time I printed something out from that little,
No, the window isn't open. It's just the slide. Okay, now we're back on.
Okay.
The slide rotate device.
Here, I'm going to put
Things aren't perfect, especially on a 10-year-old RV. And I went out there and there's water on my desk and I'm like, oh my gosh. Then there's water in the side of the Cricut Maker in those pockets. And
Good night, Betty. Good night, Serendipity. Okay, everyone needs to go to bed. Melissa needs to go to bed. Good night, good night, good night.
I need to go to bed.
Okay. We all need to go to bed. You guys, I'm so sorry that this was such a rocky live and it wasn't as smooth as I would have liked, but I really appreciate you guys showing up, and thanks, Paula, for letting us bother you in your little crafty room.
I'll see you next week.
Okay. Bye, Miss Paula. Mwah. Love you.
Love you.
Bye. All right, my crafty friends. Okay. Hi, Cindy. I'm glad you're back. It's after midnight here and you're done with the cut files. Yay. Okay. Yay. Megan says she loved she enjoyed the live no matter the tech issues. You guys, thank you for always being so gracious with us.
best group of ladies ever.
You really are. This whole, like, when we were in the house before we, moved into the RV, we had just started doing lives in my little craft room for the Late Night Crafty Club, and things generally went smooth. I don't personally remember us having issues. But once we got in this RV and all of the different, like, times we move and go different locations, it just has really changed the scope of, just how things work. And I cringe every time, and I'm so sorry. You guys deserve much better than this. But I really, really wanted to do a live tonight because I really wanted to share with you my heart, how I feel about this awesome little collection. And it's just wonderful. And I'm sharing it with a group of ladies that I know so many of you love this stuff too. So with this collection, like, we are all getting our needs met. Like our vintageness, the honeys. So much of this, reminds us of our moms, our grandmas, our aunts, our own lives. Some of us did work in office, some of us still do. So it's really fantastic to be able to share it. I'm just sorry that it couldn't have been better, the quality of things better. So we will be, let's see, I will be filming my setup of my little traveler's notebook for how I'm going to be doing my listing. So I'm going to do a video for that. And I believe I'm going to do another video to show my little traveler notebook setup and how I'm doing that for travel, because those are always fun. I love looking to see how people set up their books for traveling. And then I need to do one video to talk about the playbook, because the spring edition is out now. And we, April 1st begins the very first page of the spring edition, and we all need to jump in. And for those of you who have been working diligently on your winter, you're just days away from starting spring. So finish strong, girls, finish strong. So I love your little faces. Thank you so much. So many of you guys for showing up for us. And Hopefully we're not going to have these issues with all of the live shows that I just announced we're going to do in April. I think we have 6 different live shows. So check the Reset Girl Insider newsletter I sent you earlier today. If you should be signed up on the resetgirl.com, and it should show up in your inbox if you have subscribed to us. And also I will be posting in the Crafty Club, I will be posting the little live schedule as well. So you can print it out and put it in your little planner. So you'll see all the live shows. So we have a lot of fun stuff in April happening. Even though I will be gone for a chunk of April, I'll still be posting. Hopefully we'll get to do a live from Japan, crossing fingers. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for showing up. And don't forget that the bundle for the Girl Friday, the bundle price is good for 1 week. So April 3rd, all of those bundle prices go away. So I showed you guys the goods, all that we have in there. It kind of sounds like the way Mr. Crafty, structured everything, that like if you have a silhouette or a Cricut, you should grab that like big bundle where you get everything, because that's like a smoking good deal. So, with that said, be prepared to see lots of Girl Friday in the Reset Girl future. This is my collection for all time. Love you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Love your little faces. I'll